Hello, and welcome to another episode of Not Okay Reviews. Today we have a Russian River aged Pilsner. This episode is brought to you by Lady Bitty Beauty on Instagram, also known as my sister. She was kind enough to provide this beer along with several others when she was up in the Russian River. And she also got me a neat little Pliny the Elder keychain, Russian River t-shirt, and this Russian River glass. So yeah, thanks to Lady Bitty Beauty. And if you're up in the Napa Valley and you have hair, I highly recommend checking her out for all your hair styling needs. Everyone has hair. It's going to grow no matter what. And you have to do something about it eventually. If you got that hinge date coming up and you just look in the mirror and you're like, wow, I look like complete garbage, then maybe a haircut is what you need. I realize I may not have any fans up in the north, but if I do... Alright, so on to the beer. Let's take a look at the bottle. Intinction. Pilsner aged in Sauvignon Blanc barrels with Sauvignon Blanc grapes. Russian River Brewing Company is, of course, the name of the brewing company. And we have a barrel aged for 8 to 10 months. We have our friends Brett and Sack with those bringing them sweet bacterial infections. And then let's read the little description here. Intinction is a Pilsner aged in Sauvignon Blanc barrels with Brettanomyces and fresh Sauvignon Blanc grapes. The finished beer is refreshingly balanced with delicate notes of tart lemon and slight earthiness from the Brett. This beer is re-fermented in the bottle, creating a natural carbonation and a small layer of yeast sediment. Alcohol by volume, 8.25%. And of course we can't use a regular glass, we have to use a tulip. Russian River Brewing Company, Santa Rosa and Windsor, California, United States of America. Government warning, bottled on 03/26/19, making this approximately tomorrow it will be 4 months old. So happy birthday, Mr. or Mrs. Intinction. You're turning 4 months today, since you were bottled. But let's not forget about that 8 to 10 months. I'll say you're about 13 months old in my heart. All right, that's enough of a preamble. Gonna place that back down. And let's get to my personal favorite part, the sniff. Okay, first I want to say, I know I'm not talking when I open the bottle, but when I did open the bottle earlier, it was like a Dutch oven of beer farts coming out. It was like I've never smelled the beer that much in my life. The way it just came out, it was like gas. There was a gas in this. I still smell the gas. It's kind of calmed down a little. I think it's good to let this air out a little bit. It's kind of like an old nasty fart that you are letting out after 8 months. This is not, just regular beer. This is old ass shit. Kind of smells like some old carpet mixed with, I guess, wine. I've never really drank wine before, but I'm guessing that's the Sauvignon. Oh yeah, check out this glass. Check that out. And then check out the back. They are relentless. They just can't get over. They just have to tell you, you can't drink this beer like normal. It looks kind of like Or maybe kind of like a lemon lime Gatorade. All right. You know how like sometimes you sniff so much that you don't really smell anything? Kind of getting that right now. I think I have to just kind of breathe instead of go too harshly. Because I'm a freaking idiot, I'm going to look it up on the website, RussianRiverBrewing.com. I have the description of the beer right here. Here's what it says. Although we have made this beer once before, it was only available on our guided tour and for special events. The base beer is a Pilsner aged in Sauvignon Blanc barrels, with the addition of Sauvignon Blanc grape juice from the 2018 harvest for secondary fermentation. The juice and barrels are from Dutton Vineyards in the Russian River wine appellation here in Sonoma County. There is no lactobacillus or pediococcus added to the beer, only Brettanomyces. The tart acidity comes from the wine grapes. This beer is delicate and beautifully balanced, a perfect refresher on a warm summer day. The availability is pub draft in bottles, limited distribution locally in bottles, seasonal. So that's right. You have to be at the brewery to drink this. Original gravity 1.052. Color pale straw. I don't know what kind of straws like they are talking about, but I think the plastic kinds are kind of not cool anymore. So, well, excellent. Now that I read that, I'm gonna sniff it some more and see if I'm picking up any of those notes. Yeah, definitely tart and acidic, and yeah, it's like imagine a Pilsner combined with a wine. It's kind of like a Pilsner grape juice. Yeah, so this is an exact replica of a Pilsner grape juice. I made one of those when I was in college. Really simple to do. You just want to get a blender. Pour your favorite Pilsner in the blender, and then you want to put some grapes in there, and then you want to stick your feet inside the blender, turn it on, and have a party. All right, that's enough sniffing for me. Time for the first sip. Oh, God. Oh, oh, damn. It's like, I was not expecting that level of sourness, man. They advertised the Pilsner wine, and I didn't know it was straight up sour. That was like in 6th grade when your friend handed you a Warhead, probably the lemon one. And you didn't know what it was at first. Stuck it in your mouth and it was an explosion. And now my mouth is watering because I have that thought about how sour it was. All right, sip 2. Okay. I'm a little bit more ready for it now. Wow. The taste is more satisfying than the smell, in my opinion. The smell, I don't know. I don't really get much from it. I actually thought it wasn't going to be that good, judging by the smell. But once I tasted it, I understood. Ooh, the sourness just sticks with you for a good 10 seconds. Doesn't go away. So that tart acidity comes from the wine grapes, huh? Weird. I was actually very conservative with how much I poured. I actually left about this much in the bottle because I know there's some of that sediment at the bottom. And the last time I had a Russian River beer like this, I poured a little bit too much, and when you do that, it actually ruins the beer for me. You pour that yeast inside the beer, and you're done for. So I'm gonna enjoy this as it is because I know it's not affected by the yeast. And then once I'm done going through this, I'll try to pour a little bit more. I just want to be safe that I don't ruin the whole beer. I like it has a fairly dry finish. It's not like a lot of beers where you have that kind of hanging taste in your mouth of maltiness or hoppiness or syrupiness. We have none of that. It just kind of has a nice dry finish, leaves your mouth feeling refreshed. So I can see why they say it's really good for summer. I could totally see myself sitting out in the sun drinking this. I kind of feel like that right now because it's kind of hot in my room. So I mentioned the original gravity was 1.052. What that means for beer is that when you pour it, it is approximately a little bit heavier than in relation to other objects. So gravity affects the beer by a factor of 1.052, whereas normal gravity is 1. Alright, so no need to, keep on waiting here. I'm going to get to the good part. What is my official rating for the beer? If you have not been to my channel before, I have an advanced system by which I rate beer. There are 5 possible ratings. Good, really good, okay, not okay, and milk. So without further ado, what is my rating for this beer? I'm going to have to say it's good, which means it's not really good. And it's not okay. And it's also not okay. Yeah, so if you're craving a good sour, I recommend you drive out to Russian River. It's a great city. Should only be a 5-hour to 3-day drive if you live in the United States. You can definitely get there. The first thing you want to do is go to this brewing company, order this beer, order Pliny the Elder, get a couple bottles to go, and just send them my way. And if you're a new viewer to this channel, welcome. And if you're an old one, welcome. And if you're looking to subscribe, then that's definitely an option. The button for that would be down below. How am I supposed to brag about being a famous YouTuber if I'm not a famous YouTuber? I would also consider liking the video. My advice for the week is that you take a trip, like I was recommending. It doesn't have to be to Russian River. It could be anywhere. You're going to want to pack the kids, pack the dogs, pack your cat, pack your bags. You're going to Hollywood. You're going to make it. You're going to be a star. Not really. Don't go to Hollywood. Get out there and travel. Go to a new country. See a new city and explore. Because chances are where you live sucks.